Really? Am I scratching my nose live? Okay. Hi, hello, from me to you. It's my live video debut. And I don't really, well, hopefully I'm recording because I'm about to tell you something. So, as you can tell by the title, I'm getting ready to talk about how magical and miraculous the earth is. And this has everything to do with your health. Think in terms of energy, vibration, frequency, things of that sort. We are electromagnetic, and that's really what I'm going to be talking about. So the bottom line is that if we're not infiltrating our body with fruits, vegetables, whatever we can get from plants, trees, shrubs, bushes, herbs, leaves, roots, grass, then we're not doing the right thing. Our society has allowed something to perpetuate its way into our food and our medicine. And it's not a good thing because our food and our medicine is all we have. So the pesticides, the chemicals, and the hormones are not going to work. They're not working. That's why we have all these cancers, etc., etc., etc. We're just making Big Pharma rich. We're just giving more power to the medical mafia. That's it, and that's all. But I want to say something about the electromagnetic frequency is, first of all, that a healthy human body is resonating between 62 and 78 megahertz. And that's where we're stable. Once our frequency drops down to, and I'm going to talk about what lowers our frequency and what raises our frequency, but once our frequency drops down to like 57 to 60 megahertz, that's where cold and flu sets in. At about 58 megahertz, that is disease. And then once you drop down to 55, that's candida. 52 megahertz is herpes 4. 42 megahertz is cancer. And 25 megahertz is death. So we have all of these things in our environment, these things that we're putting in our bodies that are lowering our frequency. The state of society and the emotions and the images that we're seeing and listening to, that's lowering our frequency. Trauma and the effects of trauma, that's lowering our frequency. The foods that we eat, we're running to fast food, cooked food, processed food. First of all, I just gave you the breakdown on the frequencies where we resonate and what's able to infiltrate our system, our body. But what you do need to know is that fried food, fresh food and fresh herbs are going to resonate. You know what? I'm going to have to do another video because for whatever reason, my phone is not charged. Just give me a minute. I might have to hold it. Okay, so basically what's happening is that our foods that we eat are fresh food, and they're fresh food and fresh herbs are resonating at like 20 to 27 megahertz. And dry food and dried herb is resonating like 15 to 20 megahertz. Whereas canned food and processed food is resonating at 0 megahertz. So why are we eating it? We're putting things in our body that don't even have a frequency. They're not living. It's just plain poison, and we're eating it and eating it and eating it, and it's causing havoc on our bodies in different ways, shapes, forms, and fashions. Now, the thing about it is that I just mentioned plants, bushes, trees, shrubs, herbs, leaves, roots, grass, fruits, and vegetables. Those that come in at frequency, think in terms of, we all hear about alkaline water and our body being acidic versus alkaline, and the foods we need to eat, and how cancer and all these things can survive over here only if your body is acidic, and if you bring your body back into alkalinity, you're healthy. It's the same thing. with your pH balance being at a 9. This is all similar information. I'm just trying to grasp a part of your mind that already understands what I'm talking about. So, essential oils, that's coming from the word essence. It's the essence of these plants and trees that are around us. See, when you see something surviving in a certain environment, it's because it's built up some sort of immunity to whatever is going on in that environment, and it's still surviving. And all of that life that is in that source, we can extract that and put it in our body, and it's going to take us up to the frequency. It's going to give us what we need to fight off these different poisons and toxins and etc. that are in the environment. So the frequency of the essential oils, and it's important that these is like a cold extraction process versus a heat extraction process, just like with our food. Eating raw food or something steamed is way better than microwave or cooking it to death. It's not living anymore. The frequency is gone, or it's not, it's not existent, or it's very low. So these essential oils, they come in at like they come in at 92 to 320 megahertz. So if a healthy human body is our brain, above the neck we're at a certain frequency, below the neck we're at a certain frequency, our heart is at a certain frequency, our brain is at a certain frequency, etc., etc., etc. But if a healthy human body is 62 to 78 megahertz, and these essential oils at the lowest point are coming in at 92 megahertz, I think we need some essential oils in our life, up to 320 megahertz. To give you an example, peppermint, I think actually peppermint is lower than, I think peppermint comes in at like 78 megahertz. Lavender has its own frequency that it comes in at. Eucalyptus, olive oil, just you name it. All these thousands and thousands of things that we have on the earth, they are actually resonating at a certain frequency. Myrrh is like about 107 megahertz. Frankincense is known to cure every ailment known to mankind, and that comes in at 147 megahertz. It says the range goes all the way to 320 megahertz. That's rose oil. Not rosemary, not rose this, not rose that, just straight rose oil. 320 megahertz. Okay, what can you do with that? The lower frequencies affect our physical body. The medium frequencies affect us emotionally, and the higher frequencies affect us spiritually. So this comes from, these molecules are so small and potent that you can smell it, and it will affect your emotional state and your mental state. Okay? So, and I'm not here to promote any kind of company, or I'm not even here to promote essential oils or anything like that. There's multi-level marketing stuff going on out there. I'm not even involved in that. If you need information because you're trying to make some decisions, I can help you with that. But the bottom line is I'm not promoting anything other than your body and the health of your body, and the fact that you resonate at an electromagnetic frequency, and that nothing can survive in your body if you're functioning at a certain frequency. And all the things that we're doing are either raising our frequency, lowering our frequency, or maintaining our frequency. And so again, my question is, what are you going to do about it? Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to touch on. I'm not sure. But I will say things to you. Example, like, there's power in lemon. There's power in lemon. This is stuff that you have to research. So bottom line, if you're going to use essential oils, you're going to need to use therapeutic grade essential oils. And that's something that you would have to research. Organic, of course, is always better, whether it's certified. If it's not certified, that just means it's in an organic environment, but it's not certified. And something that's even better than that is something called wildcrafted, because it's grown in its own environment. But the bottom line is that you're responsible for the health of your body and what you put in it. If you want to go to McDonald's and all these different fast food places and put chemicals and pesticides and hormones in your body, just know that you are lowering your frequency, that you are causing yourself to be sick, that you are the one causing the havoc on your body that's causing you to go to the doctor and need all these medications, which is straight up poison. Example, astragalus. I have astragalus. That's to build your immune system. Just think of like asparagus. But astragalus will build your immune system. Put 30 to 60 drops in some water and drink it, okay, to build my immune system if it's just that season or I'm around certain people. But you know what? Astragalus is in antibiotics. So really? So you have all of these synthetic chemicals mixed in with something that comes from the earth. And you're it has its benefits according to, you know, them. But why not just go for the astragalus? And it's pure, and it's raising my frequency to where I needed to be to fight off whatever's going on in my body. So I'm going to stop because my mind is going blank, and thank you for watching.